When an organisation has a gender pay gap, it isn't necessarily a sign that women are being paid less than men for the same work. In fact, equal pay for equal work is a legal requirement. However, it does show a lack of equal opportunities within your workplace, which can indicate the presence of discrimination, intentional or not. This is what we refer to as gender pay equity, which is different to equal pay. The gender pay gap is the difference between women's and men's average weekly full-time equivalent earnings, and having a gender pay gap is usually the cause of more men in leadership roles than women, and more men in higher paid roles than women. So, for example, more men in technical roles and women in support roles. And whilst there's no doubt that there is an overrepresentation of men in technical roles, and we need more women to enter these industries, it should not be used as an excuse for not working on removing barriers for women to progress or gain these positions at your organisation. Here are 3 things to look for to show that your employer is committed to closing the pay gap. Number 1, they are transparent on their recruitment and promotional processes criteria. It's a sad reality that many women cite tokenism as a reason they feel uncomfortable for being promoted. However, if your organisation is transparent about what criteria candidates need to meet before gaining a promotion or being hired, it shows that you have been appointed on your skills, not your gender. Having transparency across promotional and hiring criteria also forces organisations to ensure their processes are robust and therefore free from unconscious bias. The second thing to look for is if your employer has a clear action plan on the steps they are taking to improve gender equity. This could include things like inclusive hiring practices, shared caring responsibilities, so enabling men to take up equal amounts of paid parental leave, which removes the bias that childcare is a woman's responsibility. And thirdly, transparent, flexible working opportunities and enabling men to take up flexible work, not just mothers. The third thing to look for is that if the employer is endorsed by WORK180. An endorsement with WORK180 is a sign that the employer isn't perfect, but they are committed. So to be endorsed, employers must have met minimum qualifications around their parental and flexible working benefits. They also must be willing to be transparent with their policies on benefits on our platform. So it's a great place to do your research if you're looking for a new employer, or even just to see what your current employer has to offer if they're endorsed by WORK180. And finally, it's a sign that your employer has completed our diversity assessment. We then provide them with actions they can take to improve. So you know when you apply for a role with a WORK180 endorsed employer, it's with a company that is on a journey of continuous improvement and progress. I'm proud that in an industry defined by good intentions, WORK180 is driving measurable results around the gender pay gap. If you want to learn more, you can go to work180.com. Thank you.